Good evening, guys. This is Shashank Rao. Welcome back to another video. Today's topic is India's G20 Presidency 2023. India holds a G20 Presidency from December 1, 2022 to November 30th, 2023. It has come at that point of time when the world is going through multiple challenges, from the glooming recession to the destructive Russia-Ukraine war. Now let's talk about what is G20. G20 is nothing but an international forum consisting of major countries like 20 countries, 19 countries and one European member. Okay, to deal with the issues like economic cooperation, international financial stability, climate change and many more. What is an interesting part about G20 is it consists of 80% of the world's GDP, 75% of the international trades and 60% of the world's population. So can you imagine, it is insane. These 20 members consist of the world's 80 percent of the GDP and 60% of the population. That's why it has so much power. These G20 summits are so powerful that it not only impacts these 20 members but also the entire world. Okay, now let's talk about how the presidency changes. In G20, it is a rule that every year the presidency changes. It rotates among its own members. In 2022, Indonesia was the host. Now 2023, it was given to India. Those countries which are hosting this G20 has to host all the meetings of G20 and also decides the agenda of the meeting. Okay, this year's motto is One Earth, One Family and One Future. And this summits will held in New Delhi on September 9 and September 10, 2023. Now let's quickly talk about what is the importance of this presidency for India. India can help, or this will help India in various sectors. Like it helps India to promote its best practices. It gives a stage to India to showcase its best practices. For example, like UPI. UPI is a tremendous success. It's a huge success for India. It consists of more than 40% of the global transaction. And how India bridged the gap, digital gap between the population, it is the best time to showcase its best practice to the entire world, to the entire G20 members, so that people or the members of the G20 would appreciate India for its good deed, and also the other countries would adopt this technology from India. Another important point is sorry for that, it can promote China plus one strategy. India can promote the resilient global supply chain so that the foreign investors can invest in India, and all the 20 members will get united. And whatever the wave is going on, that countries are boycotting Russia and China, so it will ultimately profit or benefit India. So if India got the stage, and if it tried to put across the positive points, that what India has the potential and caliber, then and this wave of China plus one will really benefit India and its people and the companies that are investing in India. Okay, so these are the benefits. And also one benefit is it can help India to promote its soft power. Soft power means, like, if India is the president, is holding the presidency, then people, the higher officials of other countries will visit India, as well as the important people of India goes to other countries as the VIP guests, and it will be a good platform for the countries to interact, to have some treaties, to have some negotiations, sanctions, from friendship relations will strengthen. So this is the purpose, and this is a great purpose, and this stage will definitely do wonders for India if it is utilized perfectly. And under the guidance and mentorship of Modi ji, I think it is quite possible. Without the presidency, India does not need any introduction. Modi ji is such a popular face of India in the whole world. Once it has got the power, it has got the mic, that now India is hosting the presidency of the G20. Now it has doubled or tripled the power of India. it has doubled or tripled the voice of India. Now they can put across the points, they can show what India is made up of, what India can provide, what India can offer to you. If you come to India, if you do business trades with India, India will be a great business hub for any countries, for any company that are eyeing on their production as well as their expansion. Okay, now let's talk about the challenges. There are various challenges, right? The first challenge is the failure of the past G20 summit that happened in Indonesia. Indonesia failed to keep her promise. They told that we will work on climate change. Their motto was to save the climate, but they have not taken any concrete step or any visible step towards climate change. So that policy or that values of Indonesia was condemned in the G20 summit. That India has to learn. Despite the recession is going on, that is also a problem. We need to focus on what we have set the motto. Set the motto is one earth, one family, one future. So we need to work on it. We need to show that we have done something, we have achieved something in this field, rather than just getting bad comments at the end or in this summit, as like your Indonesia. There are other problems like debt crisis. To solve the issues like debt crisis, various small countries like Russia, not Russia, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Myanmar, they have taken loans, debt, and because of that they are not giving the loans or repaying the loans, and because of this the economy is falling down. The economy is falling down, then inflation will rise, and there will be a complete destruction of the GDP as well as the economic situation of the country. That is the issue. And second issue is related to food insecurity. Various low and medium scale countries, they are unable to provide food to the citizen. That is the issue. Climate change is an issue. How we can reduce the carbon emission, how we can protect the environment, how we can safeguard it to make it a sustainable environment and future. That point also need to deal to India. Okay, now let's talk about other things. As is also a great point here, that India needs to convince the western part of the countries, western countries in favor of Russia and China. How you can deal with it, that is the point the India needs to find on. Because western countries, they have not in good talking terms with Russia and China. But India needs to focus on maintaining a balance between these two, bridge the gap, because later this year India will be taking the presidency of Shanghai Cooperation Organization, in which Russia and China will be the part of. So this is a great opportunity as well as a challenge for India, how India can bridge the gap between the western part and the Russia and China. Okay. So these are challenges: inflation, recession, you're bridging the gap, food crisis, debt crisis. If India works on all these things, then India can set the stage so high that no other countries can even think of achieving that target. India has the power. Now the situation is adverse. Everywhere there is a recession, economic collapse, unemployment, inflation, wars. But in this tough situation, if India holds its nerve and show what India is capable of, show its class, show its mentorship and leadership, then definitely India could emerge as victorious, and also the true shining colors will be there on the other side of the clouds. So with that note, this is Shashank Lal signing off. See you tomorrow with another video, Speed Daily. Till that time, Hare Krishna, love you, bye bye, and stay happy.